Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Monday from a very, very hot Southern California. It is 95 degrees in the shade. So thankfully I'm in the shade, but in the sun it's well over 100. So I hope you all are staying cooler than we are here. But I know a lot of you have mentioned in comments on YouTube videos and on our social media that it is hot where you live and you are getting burned out. Burned up and burned out. So today's live stream is, are you ready to give up on your garden? Do these three things first, and we're going to walk you through what to do, how to stay inspired and encouraged so you can get those last harvests in. So we've got a really fun live stream planned for you today, some giveaways, a fun announcement at the end, a very important announcement that you are not going to want to miss. So make sure you stay tuned and say hello to us in the chat, especially if this is your very first time with us. We're so glad you're here. We've got a great community of gardeners that have been live streaming with us for about 7 years or so. So happy that you all are here. So just want to say hello. We've got Monterey Lawn and Garden here. Hello, Monterey. How are you doing? Team Monterey with Clayton also, and Jennifer and Brandon on the Monterey Lawn and Garden channel there. And Jerry here in the control room. How you doing, Jerry? Staying cooler in there than I am.
Yep. Hey everyone, while we were setting up the live this morning, it was 91 degrees outside. I was getting like overcooked already.
Yeah.
So we're glad we're live here and we pulled it off. So let's get it going. It's good to see Jan, the folks out in the islands. Good to see that everyone is doing okay despite the killer storm. That's not a good way to put that. Despite the massive storm that they had out there. So Jan, Debbie, if you're on, any of your other Hawaiians out there, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. And Monterey, also great to see you. Melissa, good to see you again as well. Who else do we see? Oh, Julie.
Reek the Beak in Northern Cali. I wonder if you're hot up there.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let us know what the temperature is in your neck of the woods. I think some of you might be cooling off, might be getting a little bit of rain, but we're actually having our hottest week of the summer. I know Jennifer up there at Monterey, I'm sure they are baking up there in Fresno. So hopefully, Jennifer, you're inside right now and staying cool, as I'm sure you are. We've got Catherine, the artist here. Luckily, she's on the beach. So even though it's hot for her there, or lives near the beach, 75, 80 degrees, even on the coast here in SoCal.
And just in case some of you don't know, that Catherine, the artist, and Tad Urich are one and the same. They're the same person, and persons actually, and they're amazing. So just make a note of that.
I love what Melody Steele, I just lost her, there it is, Melody Steele. Well, Andy Deshane, my backyard is 99 and rising. Oh my gosh, that is just absolutely frying. And I don't know where Mandy's comment went. Oh, Texas, on the face of the sun. Isn't that the truth? Texas absolutely fries even early in the season. So hopefully you got fall coming, but probably not for a couple of months.
Hi, Linda, Sunnyside. Nice comment here. We're all in this together. I know High School Musical very well. And we got a break with a cloudy cover at 83 San Diego County. Nice. Very good. Love San Diego.
Oh, yeah. One of our favorite places to go. Okay, Jerry, I think we're going to jump in today to our live stream. You have anything else you want to share?
No, we're just flying here, so forgive me if I miss a couple of my cues. You just never know. You just never know how this show gets pulled off. You would be amazed. All right,
we had a few little technical difficulties that Jerry pulled out of the hat right before the live stream started. So that's why we're maybe a little bit frazzled, but we got him fixed. We're here live with you. Our microphones are working now, and we are here to kick things off. Now, I did just want to share with you guys, we have been pretty busy here at CaliKim, and that's part of our big announcement at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Lots of things going on. We had our new launch of our Fall Garden Jumpstart Playbook, and we also got an uncut out earlier this week featuring our very own Clayton from Monterey. So if you haven't seen that, head over to our second channel, CaliKim Uncut. It is packed full of amazing information over there about bugs, pests, diseases, all kinds of stuff. And Jerry did a great job of putting that together.
Thank you. And another neat thing about that episode, and I'll stop here, is that it's uncut, it's unedited, it's just raw. These two talking back and forth, it's amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to take off now. Just take the elevator down, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Trust Jerry to bring humor into a hot day, right?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, I don't know about you guys. And actually, if you haven't weighed in on the poll, I'm not sure where it went here, but I did put a poll at the top of the chat. Drop a yes on the poll if you are ready to give up on your garden, if the heat, if the critters are getting you down, and drop that in the chat as well. If it's no, drop that in the chat as well. No, we are still going strong here. And I was actually really happy to see that a lot of you were no's. I think at the beginning of the stream was possibly around 64% that were still going no. Our garden is going strong. We are not ready to give up. But I'm going to be honest with you here, guys. It has been a very challenging summer in our garden here. We have been absolutely battling the critters. And I'm not sure why in particular this summer. We've had about 6 weeks, over 90 degrees, in the triple digits probably every single day this week. And honestly, yesterday I was like, you know what? The only thing I'm going to try and save at this point is the container garden. So right back here is our container garden, shaded, covered, protected from the heat. I'm really not going to worry too much about the garden down below because the rats have gotten everything anyway. I'll just be honest with you. If you saw our Instagram post last week, you guys, we were shocked. It was 4:30. We were sitting outside here, 4:30 in the afternoon, and Jerry goes, Kim, come over here. You got to see this. And I kid you not, there was a baby possum literally just chewing on one of my tomatoes. Right, Jerry?
Yeah, I had to come back off for this one.
Oh my gosh.
This is what it looked like. I'll look into the camera, and this is
it was a shocker.
Kim was here on my right up on the deck, and there's the, there it is. And I go like this. I see this thing. Broad daylight, eating, chomping away, and I didn't even look at Kim. I go, Kim, look over here right now. It's kind of like right out of a movie. Look here right now, slowly. It was amazing.
It was crazy, and literally it ate the entire thing. There was not anything left. So if you haven't seen that on our Instagram, you got to go over and check that out. And then another quick story is Jerry and I were sitting here on the deck as we do at the end of every day. Wasn't even dark yet. I think it was 7:30. Remember, Jerry? And literally a rat walked right across the deck, climbed up my fig tree, and started chowing on the figs. Yeah, I was aghast. I was like, I cannot believe it no matter what we do. The mesh bags have helped, but they're not keeping them totally out.
The rat was totally like this. He was like, oh, don't mind me.
It was nuts.
Like this. It's the summer of the critters for everybody.
So if this is you, if you can relate to this, drop me in the chat here. We want to know about it, and I want to know that I am not alone. So honestly, I have been almost ready to give up. So maybe I'm doing this live stream more for me today than for you guys, but hopefully some of you can relate to this. And by the end of August, you've watered, you've fertilized, at least I have, fought the heat, battled the bugs, battled the critters, and you finally get a tomato ready to pick, and then they get it. Terry, I love this. Sounds like you have housemates, not rats. Yeah, you know what? I told Jerry, you know what? I'm just growing for the rats this year. It's rat food, it's possum food. We're getting very little people food out of the garden. So there's been lots and lots of challenges. So I put all this work into the garden, and I'm not getting a harvest. So it's super, super frustrating. So whatever the problem is for you, hopefully you can relate to a little bit of this today. So the thing is don't respond by working harder on everything, because that's how the garden starts taking over your life and stops being fun. So that's why yesterday I was like, you know what? I can't go out in the heat. It's 100 degrees out here. I could get discouraged. I could get down. But what am I going to do? I'm going to do a few things to save just one part of the garden. So first thing to do is don't try to save everything. And I think that's, for a while, that's why I was getting so frustrated, because I could not save everything. There's no way I could save everything. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to save this little area right behind me. That's manageable. That's doable. Those are containers. Those are things I can move in and out of the shade and sun. You see, I've got some containers right here on my deck. I actually have had those in the shade for most of the time, because in 100-degree heat, they were just getting absolutely fried. So don't try and save everything. You've already invested months in these plants. So I know it feels absolutely really hard when things do die, but it's okay that things die. So what I would do is it's okay if you want to start pulling some things out. And we talked about this in our video this week. Skip these 4 garden tasks or lose weeks of growing time. So there's no sense at all in trying to baby along dead plants. On that video you guys saw, I pulled out one of my tomato plants, which is really hard because it looked so good for so long. And then with the heat, with the critters, it just started to die. And it was really hard for me to pull it out. But you know what? I felt so much better getting it out of the garden. And even I said to Jerry, wow, that looks so much better. Even a bare container with a few herbs in it, which is all it has right now, it looks better than trying to put all my resources, all my water, my fertilizer into a plant that's not gonna make it anyway. So what I always like to look at when I'm trying to decide, should I keep a plant, should I pull a plant, is I look at 3 things. Does it still have healthy new growth? That's one thing. Second, are there still flowers or developing fruit? The third thing is there pests or disease that I can reasonably or realistically control? If the answer is yes, that plant stays. If the answer is no, be ruthless. I get it. I know it's really hard. Pull it out. You're going to feel better. Your garden will look better. And you know what? You're opening up a spot for a new plant or for your fall garden. So it's not a wasted space in the least. So what I want you to do in the chat right now is think of that one plant that maybe you've been putting off, or that you know you need to either make a decision whether to keep or pull. What I want you to do is put in the chat right now, keep or pull, and then name that plant, okay? Because that is one action that you can do today to help you maybe feel a little more encouraged and not feel like absolutely giving up on your garden. So I'm gonna go here and look in the chat, and we're also gonna be answering some questions. So if you have questions, make sure you drop a question in the chat as well, and we'll be getting to those here in just a moment. So let's see here, Melissa Kingery, aren't doing good, pull them out. Right, if they're not doing good, pull them out. I'm so much better doing that because of you, Kim. Thank you, Melissa. I'm so glad to hear that I've encouraged you to do that. I know sometimes it's really hard because you do get attached to your plants. I'm not going to discount that at all. I am exactly the same way. Here, Meg, Edible Landscape, pulled winter squash, powdery mildew, fruits were already mature to harvest. So there you go. You've got some good fruit out of it. If you have a little bit of growing time left, a few months of growing time left, Meg, you could still have time for some other plants, and you could either pop in some seeds, or you know what, just grab a transplant at the garden center. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you can't start from seed, buy yourself a little bit of time and spend a little bit of money on a few transplants. Okay, here we go. Julie, keep or pull squash plants that wilt in the heat? Yes, Julie. Really good question, because it's pretty typical for squash and cucumber plants to wilt in the afternoon heat. It doesn't mean that they are dying necessarily, or that they need water. That's just kind of their reaction to the heat stress. So what you definitely want to do is do the water check, do the finger check, see if they need water. If they do, of course, water them. If they perk up in the cooler part of the evening, or when the sun's not beating down on them so much, that's a good sign that they're healthy plants, and you can definitely leave them in. However, I've got some plants that have just completely keeled over from the heat. Those ones need to come out as far as the cucumbers and the squash. So that's kind of one thing that you can look at right there. Oh, we have someone here I'm so glad to see, P. Treadway. Hello, everyone from Southern Arizona. We have missed you so much, and I am so glad to see you here. Patricia, it's awesome that you're here today, and wow, that's just great. So glad that you're here. Let's see here. Here is Jennifer. Yes, keep peppers. Pull the watermelon that is struggling in the heat. I'm right there with you, Jennifer. I'm glad your peppers are doing well. I think you might have emailed me a little earlier that you're getting some good harvest from your peppers, and they definitely will last through the heat. But my watermelon, I'm right there with you. Nothing, just nothing. So I'm ready to pull mine too and plant some more peppers in that spot. So thanks for letting us know about that. Here we have Catherine the artist. Hi, Catherine. I've already pulled out old plants and have started new ones. I do have one zucchini plant in a container that I may have to pull out soon. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on those containers because they definitely dry out a lot quicker than your raised beds or your in-ground garden. But Catherine, I think you mentioned to me that you were pulling out some and then planting some new tomatoes in its spot, which is a really good idea. Actually, my tomatoes that I planted about 6 weeks ago, they are doing fabulous. So those I'm definitely keeping. Covered those with shea cloth yesterday. So do what you can to plant a fresh round as well. Wow, lots and lots of keep or pulls here. Here's one from Sharon. Keep or pull, my cherry tomato plants just started producing. My first frost date is in November between the 3rd and 11th day. Sharon, if those are producing, definitely keep them. You don't want to pull those out until they start to slow down. You've still got, what, 2 months, a little over 2 months left. Before your frost date. I know it'll probably start to cool off where you live in September and October, which means the production might slow down, but by all means, keep those babies in there and enjoy your cherry tomatoes, and really good job on that. Okay, guys, we are going to do a giveaway now. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful keep or pull comments. Definitely, before we do our giveaway, if you missed our skip these 4 August tasks video, go back and watch that. I go into a lot more detail on whether to keep, whether to pull. You'll see some real examples from our garden here, so make sure you don't miss that. Okay, first giveaway of the live stream. I love these. We are going to do our giveaway that I absolutely love, and this has been a lifesaver in the heat. Jerry, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not ready for the giveaway. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're
that was
not?
part
Okay,
of the,
okay. No worries.
Yeah,
We will.
I'll pop back on when I'm.
No worries at all. No worries at all.
Ready.
Let's see here if we have any more pull or keeps here in the chat. We've got lots of. I love these pink waves from Laura. I just love that. It's so cute. And let me see if we've got any question here. Oh, here's Lanai Debbie. Debbie, hope you survived the storm out there. Pulling out my golden nugget tomato that was too full of disease and beaten up by the storm. Still have another one starting to get flowers. So it's always great to see another one coming in behind. Debbie, you probably still have more time to plant even tomatoes from seed out there in Hawaii. So good for you for having one waiting in the wings. Okay, let's see here. I don't see any questions in the chat. Don't forget, if you've got questions, put question there in the chat. I'm going to scroll through, see if we have any yet. If not, we will come back later and answer all of your questions, as many as we can. Okay, now the next thing that I want you to do this week, if you're feeling like you're ready to give up on your garden, and even if you're still going strong, do this one. Fix the one thing in your garden. You don't have to fix everything at once, but fix the one thing in your garden that is driving you absolutely crazy. You know that one thing that you might walk by every day and go, oh my gosh, why didn't I do that weeks ago? Or, oh man, I just have to get to that. It's absolutely making me nuts. Maybe you have a container, I've got a few like this, that you haven't yet put your little drip irrigation hoses in. And I've been coming out here every day and hand watering them and just kind of putting that thing off. So fix the one thing that is driving you crazy. There might be 10 of them driving you crazy, but just fix one. It looks like Jerry's ready for the giveaway. Are you ready, Jerry? Okay, we've got our first giveaway here. We'll take a break from the crazy item going on in your garden, and we'll give away something else crazy, and that is, you guessed it, the CaliKim Community Water Bottle. And this is a good one. I'm so glad I have this today. Keeping everything nice and cold. It's 40 ounces, so man, it's giving me a lot of hydration out here today. One of you is gonna win this right here, right now. So if you wanna win this, drop hot, because it's hot, in the chat today, and we're gonna send this to you. You're gonna get your name put on it by Tag You Are It, Catherine the artist, representing her own company, a Southern California small business. Tag You Are It will personally personalize this and mail this out to you. So she's so generous to donate these to our live stream community every single week. So put hot in the chat here if you want to enter. And little shout out for Catherine. She has an amazing company. She has so many fun, personalized items that you can grab for wedding showers. I know we're going to a wedding in a month or so, our daughter's best friend, and I was actually going to email her Catherine's website. If you want gifts for your bridesmaids, here you go, right here. And for the CaliKim community, you get 20% off, and all the links for that are in our video description. So we've got Christmas coming up. You've got a special birthday or a party of some kind. Catherine's your girl. Head over to Tag Your It and grab some of her really cool items. Okay, 27 entries. I think that we have a lot of people that are hot in the summer sun and need to win one of these water bottles. So let's see if we can bump it up to 30. When we get up to 30 entries, we're going to go ahead and draw, but in the meantime, I got to get some hydration myself. So let's see, 2 more entries here, guys. 2 more, and then we're going to draw for this. And Catherine will personally ship these out to you. So, okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and draw at 28. Here we go. Oh, 29. Oh, my goodness. Okay, come on, guys. One more person out there. There's surely one more of you out there that wants to win one of these. Let's go. Let's put it in there and let's show Catherine some love. Let's show our good old CaliKim community some love. And okay, we're going to go ahead and draw 30. Yay. Okay. All right, Jerry, go ahead, and 31. All right. Go ahead and let her roll. We're going to have some fun here on our live stream and see who wins this amazing CaliKim community red water bottle. We've had a lot of winners already. People are emailing me saying how much they are enjoying them. Keystone Garden Mama, awesome, congratulations, I love it. Keystone Garden Mama is here every single week, commenting in our YouTube videos. What a wonderful part of our community Keystone Garden Mama is. So if you could please email me, name, address, and we will shoot that over to Catherine, and she will be sending that out to you this week. So congratulations. Whew. Starting to sweat here. Okay, so let's dig back into our fix what is driving you crazy right now. Don't feel like you have to fix everything at once. Number one, it's too darn hot outside, right? To get out there and fix everything at once. Pick just one. So honestly, I think I just mentioned the one thing that's been driving me crazy is a few of my containers do not have drip in them right now. So that's what I'm gonna do this week. Probably in the evening, because I haven't been getting up early enough to get out here got to be out at 5:30 a.m. to get out here where it's cool enough. So probably in the evening, I'm committing to you guys. I'll tell you next week or on the next live stream if I've done that or not. But if it's maybe the rats are driving you crazy. Maybe you need to get some of those steel bags, little mesh bags that we talked about in our rat video to put over your tomatoes and figs. I actually put one over my fig tree yesterday. Oh, before I forget, since Patricia has dropped in on us today, Patricia, do you remember what this fig tree looked like when you sent it to me? I just want you to see it here behind me. Guys, I want to say it was 3 or 4 years ago. Patricia, maybe you remember exactly when. She was so kind to send me from her southern Arizona garden 3 fig cuttings. And I kid you not, when she sent them to me, they look like dead sticks about this tall, right? So I rooted them, and one of them took and started to grow, and it grew in a small little 1-gallon container for about a year before I finally got around to planting it. And look at it now, guys. I exfoliated against my deck, and this year I decided just to let it grow crazy, and there are so many figs on it. And fingers crossed, Patricia, yes, you do remember that. Fingers crossed, I'm gonna get a fig harvest this year if the rats don't get them first. So I was kind of considering, should I cover it with a tool or mesh of some kind? Let me know what you think in the video description or in the comments in the chat, because I would love to get some figs. But Patricia, I'm so excited. And when Clayton was here, you'll see it on the uncut video, it made me feel so good. He said, this tree looks amazing. The leaves are green, it looks super healthy. So Clayton, thanks for your encouragement. And Patricia, it feels so great to have part of your garden in my garden. So I really appreciate that. Okay, let's see here. We do have oh, I forgot to carry on with my fix the one thing making you crazy. So maybe it's critters driving you crazy. Maybe it's the heat driving you crazy. And you need to determine to put up some shade cloth and maybe just one area of your garden. Maybe you've got bugs, you need to get out and spray in the evening. As you will see in the video with Clayton, he gave so much good information on what damage needs sprayed with what product. So many questions on that you can have answered over on our Uncut channel. Maybe you've got disease and you need to spray for that, or trim or prune. So what I want to do right now in the chat is drop your what is driving you crazy. If it's critters, drop critters. Heat, bugs, watering, disease, whatever it is in your garden, drop that in the chat right now and commit that you're going to pick that one thing, not everything at once, but that one thing to fix this week that's driving you crazy. So sound off in the chat here. And while you're doing that, I do have a couple of questions that I'm going to answer. And maybe Jerry can throw a few of those up on the screen while I'm answering this question here. Okay, here is a question from Minnie. Minnie, so great to have you here today. What can I do to get my lemon tree to grow? It's over 5 years old. Any suggestions, please? Okay, Minnie, first what I would do is let me know if you can in the chat. Is your lemon tree in a container or in the ground? I know when Clayton was here, he helped me diagnose what was going on with my lemon trees. They'd been kind of stagnant for a couple of years. I have them in a huge 30-gallon container, at least I thought it was huge, but he said, you know what, Kim, these plants are not going to get any bigger or grow or be healthier until you get them in the ground. They're just too big to have in a container right now. You need to get them in the ground. And he also diagnosed the leaves were yellowing. He diagnosed that I need to put in some Dr. Iron to green up the leaves, give them a good dose of some fertilizer. So it definitely does need fertilizing a couple times during the season, especially if you have container plants. So Monterey has a great liquid water soluble called Fish and Grow. That'd be super helpful. But for long-term feeding, use the bumper crop citrus plant food. And you can find a store locator over at bumpercrop.com. That's also available on Amazon. I fed my orange trees with it and my citrus, my lemons this past winter, and I had more lemons and oranges than I've ever had before. So definitely get them fed. And we do have a couple of videos on that. Just look up lemon or citrus on our channel and it should pull a couple of videos up that I hope will be very helpful for you. And Clayton also, oh yes, this is one amazing tip that Clayton gave me about my lemon trees. He said, how much are you watering your lemon? Clayton, oh, there we go. How much are you watering your lemon? I said, well, they're on my drip. I'm watering them every day. He goes, it's too much. Lemons don't like to get their feet wet. If they're in pots, poke holes in the soil for air. So take a little stick and aerate the soil, and that should definitely help too. But I was overwatering, so I turned off my water, and now I only turn it on about once a week. And they're actually kind of perking up, even though they're still in that container. Okay, we've got some things that people want to fix. Suzanne, disease on squash. So Suzanne's going to fix that this week. Let's see here. Where did this go here? Okay, another question here. Carmen, my in-ground plants have fainted. I think I've overwatered it. Should I uproot it to check the roots? Carmen, you know what? A lot of mine are just keeling over too. I honestly, guys, we have been so busy, like I said, like we were saying, I haven't gotten out to put shade cloth on a lot of my garden beds. So Carmen, that could be the issue too, is the heat. The heat or overwatering, one of the two. Usually with overwatering, if you kind of back off a little bit and let things dry out, you could maybe mix some extra, like the bumper crop raised bed mix in with your soil to kind of loosen it up and you know, let it dry out a little bit. Shade it a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily uproot them because that might disturb the roots and may you know, damage the plant. So I would try to kind of dry the soil out first if you think it's overwatering, and then if you think it's just heat and they're dying, if you don't water as much, they'll perk up. If it's heat and they're dying, you have to make that decision of whether or not you're going to pull them out. Jennifer wants to get some shade cloth up, so definitely a good thing to do in this heat, Jennifer, and you'd be surprised how much things perk up with a little bit of shade. Consider it's over 100 out there in the sun. With shade cloth, it can bring the temperature down about 15 degrees, so 85 is a lot more doable than 100. Okay, Melissa, great question here from Melissa. I wanted to grow okra, but as hot as it is. You know what, Melissa, that is one thing that you can grow in the absolute heat. It loves the heat. We talked about that, I believe, on our What to Plant in July video, possibly. Loves the heat, will thrive in the heat. In fact, when it gets 100 degrees, it just keeps on growing. So if you want something that's extremely heat tolerant, definitely get some okra out there. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I wanted to make sure you guys go over and watch, if you're having the critter problems like we do, make sure you go over and watch our video on rats are destroying my tomatoes. And if you saw my little thumbnail here on this live stream, that is a literal tomato, that one of my beautiful, huge heirlooms that got chewed in half by the rats. So that was absolutely horrifying, let me tell you. Okay, so next thing, if you're ready to give up on your summer garden, again, I totally get that. It's crazy hot out here, but fall is coming, and that's the great thing. If you've got to pull out a lot of your plants, the best thing you can do right now is get ready for fall, because that way you will be ready to roll as soon as your fall garden window opens, and perhaps it is already open. And go back and watch our What to Plant in August video, because I talk all about that, and what to do now so you don't miss your window, because if you miss your fall garden window, you're not going to be harvesting vegetables in the fall. That's just the bottom line. And if you are a northern gardener like Cliff right here, or like Nisha, who gets earlier frost, like anyone who lives in the northern part of the country that has harsher winters, your fall garden window is very, very short. So you've got to get going on that now. For us southern gardeners, we've got some more time here. It doesn't really cool down here until November. So I actually do have a lot of fall veggies started inside, but I'm gonna have to restart those probably mid-September, October, to be ready in time to plant outside when my fall garden window does open. So what you want to do is, I know a lot of you, if you're like me, you spend a lot of time looking on Google, watching a ton of videos, wondering what in the world am I supposed to do for my garden, for my weather. I'm tired of trying to piece it all together. So how in the world am I supposed to know what to do? There's basically three things that I want to challenge you to do this week. Check your planting window and write it down. And I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. And pick at least 5 crops, 3 to 5 crops that you're the most excited to grow for fall. And this would be cool weather vegetables, because fall is such a more pleasant time to garden. After going through this heat, it's going to feel so good to be gardening out in the cooler temperatures. And then decide what you need to start indoors and what gets direct sown, because those indoor crops might need started now if your fall garden window is opening. Now, you might be tired of trying to figure this out on your own and trying to piece it all together with all the Googling and YouTube videos that you might be watching. So that's exactly why I created our brand new Fall Garden Jumpstart Playbook. And it is a new digital garden playbook that I created just for you all to have as a resource. You have immediate access as soon as you download it, and we've also paired it with our fall garden seed collection. So you've got the plan to find your fall garden window, to know exactly what to plant now and start indoors, and also how to really help it thrive. So, and then the fall garden seed collection has 16 cool weather varieties ready to roll, and we just launched it a few weeks ago, but this week, in fact, today's the very last day. The first 20 orders of the bundle itself, you're going to get a free $20 lettuce seed collection. So you'll have plenty of fresh salads this fall. So head over to our website right now, because there's only 20 of them available for a limited time. That promotion does end at midnight tonight. So even during the live stream, head over, grab one to make sure that you are able to get in on that. You get immediate download, and then we'll be shipping out your seeds to you. If you order it today, they'll get shipped tomorrow. You can be starting your seeds indoors by the end of the week, so you'll have lots of things ready to harvest. And one thing I love about this collection, it's got more compact vegetables. So instead of waiting 90 days for broccoli, if you have a short growing window, you want to pick varieties that you can harvest faster. So my broccoli in there is 60 days to harvest instead of 90 days. So there's all kinds of veggies in there. Ramona, thank you so much. You were one of the first ones to buy a bundle. So glad that you like it. Glad you're enjoying the playbook. It's illustrated with easy step-by-step instructions. And I've got little coaching tools in there to help you. And by the way, I haven't even let Jennifer and Clayton know this yet, and Brandon, if you're on here. There is a special page in there that tells you exactly what Monterey products to spray if you're having particular pest issues. So Jennifer, I'll definitely send you a link to that so you can check that out as well. So you don't have to wonder anymore like what to do if you've got aphids or worms or whatever the case. All the solutions are in there for you. It'll give you the exact plan you need to get going. So, if you're thinking, I really cannot take another garden project right now, I've got enough to do in my garden. Now you know exactly how to start. And fall gardening, usually for me, I know I scale back a lot in the fall because I don't have as much sunlight in my garden. So it's kind of nice to take a little bit of a break. And then once it is your planting window, make sure you get your transplants planted outside and going for fall gardening. So what I want you to do in the chat right now is, if you've already checked your planting window and you know what it is, drop ready for fall in the chat. Or if you're just ready for fall and done with summer, drop ready for fall in the chat. I want to see who is ready to roll for fall. If you're still having fun with summer and not quite ready for fall, that's okay too. But if you are, let's sound off here in the chat. I know I am definitely ready for some cooler weather. Trish P, ready for fall. Jennifer, thank you so much. Can't wait to check out the playbook. And let's see who else is ready for fall. I know Julie here, ready for fall, has some brassicas started already. And Sharon, ready for fall. A lot of people are really kind of over the summer heat like we are. Mason, how you doing, Mason? Ready for fall. A lot of people are really ready to go. So I'm so glad to hear that. It's going to be a fun fall season. And just because summer's almost over doesn't mean we stop gardening here. We garden all through the winter. Even though I can garden outside, we bring you guys all through the winter, growing your own vegetables outside if you're in southern climates, telling you what to do if you're in a northern climate outside, but we also grow a lot of indoor vegetables too. So in no way, shape, or form are we closing down shop when the weather cools off. Melissa, ready for fall. Monterey, Clayton, fall is my favorite time of year. Yeah, it's a beautiful time of year. Bowtie Live, how you doing, Dave? Make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well, guys. We do have other YouTubers on here too. So Bowtie Dave Live is one of them, Bowtie Live is one of them, as well as 808 Ladybugs. Other YouTubers on here too, so make sure we're a big garden community. Check their channels out as well. Bowtie Life, sometimes it's more what is in the garden that gets overwhelming. Life happens and it's just a matter of giving yourself some grace. Dave, I am so glad you reminded me of that because I honestly was feeling kind of bad about it. A lot of you know my mom passed away this summer, so we traveled back and forth to Denver a couple of times, had a lot going on with our business as well. So I really appreciate that. That's an encouragement to me, just to be okay with letting some things go. Life happens sometimes, right? And we just have to, you know, get support around us and let some of those things go. Okay, guys, let's see here. Oh, wow, I think, Jerry, oh wait, let me answer some more questions. And I think, Jerry, that we are almost ready for our big announcement here. Let's see what questions we have. This is a great one from Debbie in the chat. How often should I spray complete disease control for powdery mildew? I just sprayed 2 days ago and more powdery mildew on the leaves today. I'm going to let the Monterey team answer that question. So Monterey, if you all could jump in on that and help Debbie out, and we'll give her some specifics because honestly, I can't remember without looking at the label. I always refer to the labels on that. Let's see here from Sharon. What can I do to stop my neighbors from feeding her cats, squirrels, vultures in her backyard? Because they eliminate their waste in my backyard. Oh my goodness. I have never heard of someone having pet vultures. That's a first for me. You know, I don't know that there's much you can do to, maybe you can bring her some vegetables and say, hey, let's make a trade here. If you stop feeding those animals, I'm going to bring you all the vegetables you want. But that is a really good question. Yeah, I totally agree with that, because some people are more into feeding the squirrels and the cats because they're animal lovers, which is great. But unfortunately, then it brings them into the neighborhood and into the garden. So I don't know if anyone has any great ideas for that, but maybe it could exchange some vegetables with her. Not sure. Sandy, I have wasps galore in my garden. Wow. What could I use to get rid of them? In Monterey, I don't know if you all have a solution for that as well, Sandy. I honestly, that's one I don't know as well. I have never had wasps. We have a lot of bees. In fact, we had a swarm of bees about 6 months ago, maybe towards the beginning of the year. And we actually had to have a bee specialist come out. And much as I wanted to have all those bees in my garden, they were swarming and coming in the house, believe it or not. And the bee specialist took care of them, did not kill any of them, but relocated them actually to another spot. So we were very happy not to have bees coming into our house from our vents. But wasps, I'm not sure if that's the same issue or not. Any help below would be much appreciated. It's one thing that's awesome about this community is we all work together here. We answer each other's questions, we support each other, and we're all just one big, wonderful garden community. So, Clayton, love this here. CDC when needed, complete control, disease control when needed. I don't know where that is. There we go. It is not a preventative, but a curative. And spray it in the evening for best results, and you can use it multiple times. So Debbie, there you go. Answered by the expert himself, Clayton, our very own Clayton, helping us out. And then the Monterey team also jumped on here. We have a pesticide-free insect trap specifically for wasps. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Yellow jackets, etc. It's called Monterey Yellow Jacket and Wasp Trap on our website. That's awesome. All the resources here for you. So you head over to Monterey Lawn Garden, lawnandgarden.com. We do have a discount code over there, so make sure you use that, CaliKim 20, to save a little bit of money there on your order. Okay. I think we are getting to the end here. Super excited about our big announcement. We have something brand new that just hot off the press, hot on our website as of yesterday. We are now carrying CaliKim Garden Gear to make things easier for you in your garden, to help keep you organized, to help make your garden less stressful, more fun. And you head over to our website, Jerry, if you want to throw up that image there. This is our very first CaliKim Garden Tool Bag, your grab and go garden tool bag. I've talked before about my grab and go bucket, but I'm telling you guys, I love this. Look what all I have in here. It has like 8 pockets on it, on the front and the back. It's got our logo on the front, a beautiful kind of garden green. And I've got everything in here, my shade cloth, my kneeling pad, my tomato hooks. Of course, out in the garden, you've got to have your water bottle, right? So you can carry that here in your garden tool bag. I am always putting down my, my supplies, my shovels. We have one of my favorites here, guys. I've had these for about a month. You might have seen them in our videos. CaliKim gloves. I'm so excited. I go through so many gloves. I'm always losing them. So we've got them in red and in black. We also have a little tool holster, which is one of my all-time favorite things. I'm constantly losing my pruners. They're all over the garden. You can ask Jerry. And this I keep right on my belt. I always have my little precision pruners and my red pruners here, and it's all with our logo on it. So you can buy them individually, or you can buy the entire Garden Essentials tool set over on our website now. And I think Jerry threw up a picture of that. I am so excited about these, and we are looking forward to growing with you guys with the tool bags and the pruner. Actually, the pruners aren't included, but hopefully those are coming soon as well, and the garden gloves. So drop a yes, I'm excited about this in the chat if you're excited. They're now available on our website. We've got great prices on them. Go over and check them out, and we really hope that they provide you a great resource in your gardens. That's one of the things. We've been super busy getting all that up and rolling for you, as well as our fall garden playbook and our new fall seed collection, all up and going for you, so you can grow your best garden yet and really enjoy it and have fun at the same time.
Yeah, I wanted to take a minute too and jump on and let you all know, if you noticed or not, that we went silent for a little while there a few months back. We had a couple of big things happen. We took Uncut off of our main channel. because it confused the algorithm. So we kind of went quiet on that as we moved into another location, our other channel. But also, we've been building this. And so that is where we've been. And you may have noticed a little bit of a drop off in how many videos we produce and uncut videos, etc. So this is where we've been. We're very, very excited about this. And I'm a whole different guy out there when I've got my little gloves on that say CaliKim, and I've got my clippers and trimmers that have the CaliKim holster. I'm loving it. So that is what we've been up to. So thank you very much for all your support.
Absolutely.
And go checking out our website.
Yes, we do appreciate that. Those are live on our website now. And before we close out the stream, Jerry, I think we've got to do one more final giveaway, right? So we are going to be giving away.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not just the garden tote. I mean, that would be good enough. But we're going to be giving away the entire Garden Essentials toolkit, which would be Garden Essential Gear Kit, which would be the bag, a pair of red gloves, a pair of black gloves, and the holster here. So this is a really good giveaway, guys. It is worth, I want to say, around $69 altogether, right? So it's a good one. Very first person to get one is going to be the person who wins this giveaway, all right? So put hot in the chat again. We're going to use the same hashtag. Put hot in the chat if you would like to be the first winner of our CaliKim Garden Essentials set here. And we're going to draw a winner for that in just a moment. So really hope you guys will enjoy that. I know we've been enjoying it. In fact, we went to the beach the other day and I actually grabbed this for a little beach bag because it's got all the pockets for your sunscreen, for your towels. I had a jacket, I had my tennis shoes in case we walked. And it was just a nice little smallish kind of tote bag with all the pockets to keep everything organized. So it really is kind of an all-purpose thing. You might even want a couple of them for your beach bag, for your garden tote, for your grocery bag, for your harvest bag, whatever you need, it's there for you. So we're gonna go ahead, Jerry, I don't know if you put the giveaway tool on the screen there, and draw for that. Put hashtag chat or hashtag hot in the chat. And I think a lot of people are gonna really enjoy there. We've got 37 people that want to win one. So again, if you're a winner, we do ask that you're in the US only. International shipping is so expensive right now, but you can get the Playbook there if you're international because it's digital. But pop a hot in the chat, and hopefully the tool bag will help you when you're out in the garden and it's hot to keep everything organized. I know it will. Okay, 39 entries. Can we get up to 40 here? One more. Okay, here we go. Jerry, let's go ahead and draw. Your last chance before Jerry hits that draw button in 3, 2, and 1. All right, Jerry, here we go. Let's draw. Good luck, everybody. Hope that you are the winner. If you do win, make sure you email me, CaliKim at CaliKimGardenandHome.com, and we will get that shipped out to you this week. And our winner is Denise Barnett, 7584. Denise, congratulations. Super happy for you. I know you're going to love it. So do make sure you email me, CaliKim at CaliKimGardenandHome.com. and we will ship one out for you. I'm so excited for you to be the very first recipient of our new CaliKim Garden Gear. Okay, guys, what a fun live stream. In spite of the heat, you know, I'm really not that hot out here in the shade. So we are going to go ahead and close out today. And sorry, Jerry, I wasn't too sure what you were signaling to me.
I just was going to come out.
Okay, great.
Where are you? Oh.
Here we are in the heat here. So thank you all so much for being here with us today. Jerry, thanks for setting up a fan for me and setting up the umbrellas and doing everything to make the live streams happen every single week.
Very good.
All right. I didn't know if you had anything else
No,
to
I was
add
just
in
going
here.
to talk about how hot it is out here, but I'm sure you're tired of hearing that.
Okay, guys, thanks so much. And thanks to Monterey for being here, to Nisha for being here. And I forgot to mention Cliff, our past moderator, is here before he goes back to start the school year again in a few weeks.
Oh, that's right. And Tag Your It, too, for everything.
Absolutely. Tag Your It.
Amazing.
Right. For supplying the giveaways and all of our fun personalized items. Okay, everyone, have a great week in your garden. And our next live stream is on September the 14th. The live stream schedule is in the video description. Make sure you check that out. And don't forget that free Let Us See collection with the bundle ends today as well at midnight. So we'll see you next time. Have a great week in the garden. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.